I have no idea if this is working. Just give me one sec, guys. I just have to see if this is working. It still says that it's not working. Oh, is it going? I'm live! Okay, I'm live! Okay, guys, I'm so sorry about that. That was really embarrassing. This is my very first time with the new setup, and I'm looking weird just about everywhere. Okay, great. Great, we're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, hey guys, Courtney Mermaid here, and welcome to another Tail Talk Tuesday. Things are going to be a little bit different if you haven't been following me on Instagram or Twitter. I was going to have a special guest on today, but she is feeling under the weather, so she's not going to be joining us today. It's just going to be me and my new setup. So, because everything's new and I have no idea how loud I am, I've got mics everywhere, I've got cameras everywhere. If you can give me some feedback, let me know how things are looking. Is everything working, guys? I just don't know. Am I loud enough? Am I clear enough? What's the lag like? What's the quality like? Please let me know so that I have an idea, because I haven't got a place to watch this short of in the OBS window. All very exciting. So for those of you who are new and don't know what the heck is going on, this is Tail Talk Tuesday on my Little Mermaid channel, where we Little Mermaid channel. Okay, on my mermaid channel, where we talk about making tails, mermaid-related goodness. You guys get to ask me any questions you have that are mermaid-related. I'm hoping that the sound is good, because, guys, we used to do this. This all used to happen on this bad boy. See this thing that's actually over here, up in the corner, like right there? That's now new, because I used to film this all garbage on my phone, and you could never hear me. I would rewatch the footage and be like, I sound like I'm underwater. It's interesting, Alfie. Oh, you probably want your dinner. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. I was live streaming on Instagram, and then the whole world just exploded. Let me just feed the dog. Okay, who's here so far? We have FD, Snoopy. Welcome, guys. Victoria Mermaid. Hello, hello. Sylvester, Latou's Belly Dancers. Ariel Mermaid. Hello. Hey, everybody. Mermaid Comics, Kitty Cat Toys, and Mermaid Whims. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, totally bear with me. This is super new. I think I got a bit too close to the mic there. I'm not sure which camera is actually the microphone right now, because I didn't label anything, because I'm clever like that, right? I don't know. Anyways, I want to see if this works now, because I want to show you. This is going to be cool if it works. Okay, it works. And you can see my dog eating right there. That's not awkward at all. Okay, so if I just move you guys over here. I have a bunch of stuff happening today that I'm able to work on, and I'm also, now hopefully you guys get to see your comments on the screen as well for people watching this later. Let me know what you think of all of this, if it makes you happy. Yeah, the camera is having an autofocus thing. I'm not sure if it's my lighting that's causing the problem or what. That's going to be something I need to figure out, but I did already make a note. But thank you for letting me know. Who was that? Mermaid Comics, thank you. You missed me. I know, I've been away for a little while. Guys, there is so much news. Oh my goodness. So actually, let me start at the beginning. That's awkward. I'm going to get my sweatshirt. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I should have had it already, but alas. Alas, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when your knee and your life is falling apart, but you're holding it together by a thread and reasons and things? Okay. So let's go back to the other one for just a sec here. I'm going to go back here for a second. How? This is my new hoodie. This is available at shopvancouvermermaid.com. This is my pod merch, my official mermaid pod. I hope you can see it back there somewhere. Merchandise for the Vancouver Mermaid pod. So if you would, I consider you all part of my Vancouver Mermaid pod. So if that's of interest to you, shopvancouvermermaid.com. Go check it out. I'm sorry that it keeps autofocusing. I'm not really sure what, if anything, I can do about that. Is that stopping it? Maybe? I think that might stop it. I think it's my light. These are really sensitive little cameras, and they're like real cameras. I'm like, this is so bizarre. It's not the thing on the phone, you know? Like, focusing? Who knew? Anyways, so excited about these. Alright, I'm gonna get back to this one. Sound is a bit off on this camera. Louder moments are distorting slightly. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna try turning you guys down. This is gonna take a little bit of finessing. Is this How's that? If I'm being loud, how's this sounding now? I'm not sure. I hope this is okay. Okay, good. I think that's better. Ooh. It's tail talk, apparently, right now, guys. That's awesome. How about them eagles? Okay, sounds a bit off on this camera. Okay, so I'm gonna have to fiddle with that. What am I working on back here? I have, if I can get to it. I wanted to show you guys first off, but I live in a very tiny apartment and everything is really hard for me to get to. Yikes, that's awkward. So everybody has wanted me to get it. And I finally, God, if he comes home right now, I'm gonna be really choked. I got one of these guys. Oh, and this is actually my foot size. So super excited about that. I wonder if there's a way for me to turn off autofocus. If anybody knows, let me know. But yeah, so I finally have a monofin. Super pumped. It's about bloody time. It's the Mahina. Super excited. I kind of wish that my dog would just be quiet. Can you find a place to lie down, please? Go. Thank you. Down. Thank you. Good boy. It's just a bit awkward because people are coming and going in my apartment, and it's a little frustrating. But what are you going to do? That's life. That's all part of the fun and the experience. So I'm going to move this forward. Hopefully I'm still able to see your, okay. I wonder if I can get comments, if I can see you guys on my phone as well, because I want to sit back there, but my eyes aren't good enough for me to read what's happening on the screen. I gotta get one of those. Yeah, do for sure. It's such a soft hoodie. Oh my goodness, it's really good. Super quiet? Okay, on the second camera. Oh, weird. Because I have them because maybe... Okay, I'll have to readjust that. It's just, they don't name them properly. It's really annoying. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's the Mahina, yeah. Okay, you guys can hear fine. Okay, good. The Luna is still my favorite. I got the Mahina solely for the purpose of making mermaid tails for you guys. So I'm gonna summon it just to do a review on it and see how it compares to the Luna. Frankly, getting my feet into that darn thing, I can tell you right now it's not gonna be my favorite monofin, but I will love it if you guys love it. Okay, the quality on my phone looks like garbage, but it's probably because I'm streaming. Can we stop, please? I want to see... Oh, there's a live chat. Ha 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 ha. I have got the chat on my phone. Yes. Okay, let me just get around my camera. And now I'm going to be able to do some stuff while I hang out with you guys, which should hopefully work out pretty good. So this was the dream. This is what I was hoping to be able to do. This is Kim's, well, maybe she doesn't know yet. I finished this for her and obviously forgot to give it to her. I made her this top to go with a tail that she had a long time ago and apparently just never gave it to her, which is pretty lame. A pretty good friend like that. But Kim, if you're watching, this is your new top. So there you go. I was gonna finish it tonight, but it's already done. Who knew? So, yeah, the Luna's definitely still... Yeah, okay, Mermaid Comics, do you know how or where, what setting it is in that I do it? Because I don't... You like my pants. Right on. Okay, I'm just gonna get some water for this. 1 second. Because I'm going to be painting something. Who is excited? When was the last time you guys saw me grab paints? Mermaid Kim. Woohoo. I know now, yeah. I am such a lousy human being that I didn't get that to you. I think that was actually meant to be like a Christmas gift from like a millennia ago. And because I've had this since before I moved to my current locale, as it were. So yeah, so here's what I was thinking, okay? And I never do this kind of behind the scenes stuff, so I have no idea. Like, I do it, but I don't usually share it live because it could go one of many ways. So we're just gonna see what happened. 5 facts about each other, right on. Yeah, I thought it was time for me to do one of those videos, because I guess you guys know some stuff about me, but you don't know all of the things about me. I'll have to make an updated one at some point. Why? Please don't make me get the other paints. Thank you. Ow. So I wonder if when I'm over here, I should have, so for this setup, I should have that mic going, maybe. I don't know. Can you guys can let me know if ever it goes in and out. I don't know. I still love you. Thank you. Go to OBS Studio, right click on your video source, and then select properties. Then select configure video. Control, okay, hang on. Hang on, I got my, get it. Wait a second. I'm still here, I swear. Is that gonna mess with it right now? Like if I do this right now, is that gonna really screw it up? Am I gonna still be live? I don't know. Oh God. Stress. No, that's not what I want. Settings. Right click. Sorry guys. If it takes me to, oh hang on, okay. Select properties. Properties. No, that configure video. So there isn't an option for me to configure. It just has a default button. Okay, I'll have to figure that out another time. But hopefully it's not too jarring and you guys can live with it for now. But I'm sure there will be a way to fix it. It doesn't give me that option on that particular screen. Anyways, let's get back to what I'm up to. Hopefully this other camera is not doing the same stupid autofocus thing. So, in case you're wondering what I'm trying to attempt here, I'm going to attempt to make my fabric shiny. So I have a tail that I'm making for a sponsored mermaid. We haven't announced it yet, but she would like it shimmery if possible. And I have no idea if I can do that, but with what reference and stuff she gave me, I thought, oh my goodness, if I could find a way to do this, that would be pretty swell. See, the problem with this is the fabric does not absorb. Oh, is it gonna go? You know what? That might work. Oh, maybe. Okay, what am I missing here? I don't think it will drop a stream. Okay. Oh, you're talking about this guy? This guy? This little guy right here? This cool little bean right there? Yeah, I like this thing. It's made obviously from the exact same scales as my tail, which is kind of cool. Now, I don't actually know. I don't know if this is going to show up. Part of me wants to put in, oh my God, you guys. Oh, I don't know if you can see that, but if you can, oh, it just got real up in the house, guys. You don't even know right now. This is solid. This is solid. Now, I just need to find a way to blend this a little bit better. Am I going to have to literally do this one scale at a time? That's going to be a nightmare. I think I might only do this for larger scales. But this looks really cool. This is like almost like scale tipping. Maybe I want to do this with a drier brush. Oh, and that could give it some more texture. Oh, it's so sparkly. Okay, I don't know if that'll show up. It will probably do a little auto-focusing. I don't know if that you can see. It's that scale right here. So I don't know. But I think that could be really cool. That could be really, really, really cool. And I could give 2 options for that. I could probably do it, well, I could do maybe gold, bronze, and silver tipping, I think. Focus is good enough. Okay. Should definitely use camera mic closer to you. I can turn that one up. Do you guys want me to turn it up? Because I can turn it up. If you stretched it and then painted the inside the scales, would it sink in more? See, what's weird is when you get fabric, this fabric, when it gets printed on, it almost becomes water, and it's weird to say that waterproof. Like, not permanently. Like, as soon as it's been wet for a while, the water just seeps in. But that takes a second. It's really odd. You like the new setup. I'm glad you like the new setup. I feel like a legit, like, real streamer now. You guys should see my setup on Twitch. My tails, the tails, like these guys, go for $440 Canadian. And I do not sell monofins with them because well, I live in Canada and our dollar is crap and everything costs about $1 bazillion to get it here. I need a smaller brush. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to need a smaller brush. That one scale looks incredible though. This could take a long, long time to do. I would probably do this before I sew the, well, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't be able to, I'm not sure. I want to see if I have a smaller brush because this might look really cool. See, what I used to do with this is I used to literally fill the brush with water and it, like, maybe if I soak the whole thing and then paint it while it's damp, I almost wonder. If you want more information on my tails, you can go to shopvancouvermermaid.com and you'll be able to find everything on there. I've got a frequently asked questions page with all the good questions that can be answered. I don't think I have a smaller brush than this though. This is working pretty well though. It's just weird that this doesn't, like, absorb. I'm gonna have to think on that. Ooh. Make some music. Do I have opinions on Mertailor's new Mermaid Tail slipovers? I think they're interesting. I don't think they're his best work, if I'm being totally honest. I think his Spellbound series is where he should be focusing his efforts. I know he's trying to branch out. It's what we're all trying to do. You know, the number of people who come to me and tell me I'm overcharging for my product is in anyways insane. So we're all out there trying to find something that's more reasonable, you know, and you know, even I'm doing it and I'm realizing how much of a challenge it is, because when you work for yourself or you run a business, you have all kinds of additional costs. What it costs me to, you know, my car to get to and from places, taxes, what it costs me to keep my online shop open, my rent, you know, they're all things that add up, that we have to add into the cost of our product. God, that looks really good. Having a little freak out. It makes me kind of want to redo some of my stuff. I might do this on my tail actually. Make my tail the dummy. But yeah, as far as the look goes, personally, I think that blue and purple are just not good together. That blue with the purple scales, it's not my personal, I've never been a fan of those two colors. The green one looks cool, but that's because, of course, I like green brighter than the sun. I love the craziest looking greens. The brighter the better, in my opinion. So this might only work on blue. I don't know if this will work. This will work on her tail, though. Definitely. But yeah, they're interesting. I think it's a cool concept. I'm not a fan of the tail thong either. I know that's for some people that's just what they're able to either afford or what was available to them at the time. So this is not like dissing anybody's tail or tail choice. For people that sell them, I've never found that look particularly appealing. I think there has to be a better way to do that. I'd like to see him focus more on maybe his Spellbound, or he's said that he has a fabric printer, so, I mean, as much as I'd hate for him to do what I'm doing, you know, I kind of feel like that's the next kind of step. You know, I think he could do think you could do one on a fin as big as a competitor. For local mermaids, yes, I can definitely do that, but you do have to be in the area because I would need to actually have your fin here to look at, to use. So that would have to be the thing. So I wonder if for anything warm, I might use, instead of, I gotta think. I'm thinking. Can you hear the wheels turning? So do I send my monofin to you if I want a tail? You can, but I would have to charge you for the shipping to and from me. That's the problem. The reason I don't do tails with monofins is because when you, like, okay, alright, okay, so the Luna, oh, like, now I wish I had my paperwork in front of me, but because there's import fees, and of course tax and whatever, and if you don't get them on sale, like, I have a discount, but that just sort of covers a little bit of my shipping because I'm in Canada, and my dollar anyways is just, not my dollar, the dollar is just garbage. So whatever I want to buy, so when people come to me, like, I had somebody give me a bit of a hard time, they're like, oh, well, the Finfolk tails are only, you know, this much, and I'm like, yes, US dollars. My tails in US dollars almost come to the same, okay? So am I, you know, in the same league as Finfolk? I'd like to think I'm in a different league, but we're providing a different service. That's the point. So, you know, it really is going to come down to what you want out of a mermaid tail. I feel like the tails that I provide, you know, some of the benefits to having a tail like one of these versus, say, a silicone tail or even one of the Finfolk tails. the joys of sharing space with people. I feel like the benefits are such that, like, monofin removal is super easy in my tails. It takes 2 seconds. The thing, when it's wet, folds up. It's about this big. You can put that in a plastic bag and it takes up like 0 space. I like the amount of customization I can do. No, I can't do additional fins at the moment. That's just a printer limitation. I can't do double-sided printing until I find a solution for that. That's just how that is. But the thing that's cool is if I keep backups of all the tails that I design. So if you have your tail, you've enjoyed it, you know, a few years down the road, you're like, oh, well, I'd like another one, but I just want the same tail. You can't go to your silicone tail maker and be like, hey, I've had this tail for a couple of years. Maybe it's starting to come apart. I'd like another one, please. They're going to be like, yes, $8,000 or $3,000 or, you know, $700, $800,000, whatever. It's going to be a thing. Whereas you just message me and I'll be like, all right, cost of fabric, cost of printing, and I got the fabric. Have your measurements changed? No? Great. You don't have to send another duct tape dummy to somebody. You know, worst case scenario, you have to send me your outline one more time because that's how I do it. That's my solution to the duct tape dummy. But, you know, so I feel like there are some benefits that way. Plus, then you aren't getting a tail that you have to be creative and find a way to make your own. You're not going to look like every other mermaid out there. Is the real point. So, I think this is actually going to work. I don't know. Like, I mean, we'll see. Because this would be a really cool solution. So she wants to do, and I'm going to string the whole thing, but she wants to do like an ice blue. There's going to be patterns. It's going to be a really stinking beautiful tail. I'm really kind of like I wish I'd thought of this. It would be a good tail for me. But alas, I did not think of it first. But at least I get to make it though. I'm super excited, and I think she's a beautiful mermaid, and I'm really excited to make this tail for her. But let me just see where I got to. What am I working on? Oh, what am I working on? This is just a test. I'm literally just, I'm picking a couple of scales here and there and just testing to see if I can make something that has some shine to it, because she'd like something shiny as well. Like, see, look how it just beads on the surface of the fabric. Like, I mean, if I just keep going over and over and over and over it, I wonder if it'll start to, oh my god. If I find a way to make sparkly fabric, you guys are all gonna want tails from me, I'm telling you. Because this is about to get lit up in here. Whoa! I can't tell if this is working or not. but it looks freaking cool. I wonder if I could get a really big brush and do this. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's so exciting. Alright, let's see what happens. The question will be, is because I've got so much water mixed in with this, how well will it hold up once it becomes wet at the pool? Whoa, that's really sparkly. Dude, guys, I wish you guys could see that. Okay. Where did I get to? Do you think you could make a mermaid tail skin that doesn't cover the monofin? That is what I just mentioned. I'm not a huge fan of those thong tails. If I could find a different way to work it, you know, where it doesn't wrap around the bottom and you don't have big holes where you can see up your tail, which I just feel like is so awkward. Yeah, I don't really, I just don't know what I would do in that case. I'd have to think on it. I'd have to think on it, you know. Maybe it's a product down the road. Is it Rena or Rena? The siren? No worries, you're not that late. Technically, I don't start for another 10 minutes, but I started early just because we had a little bit of a change up, and I am on my own today. If your monofin is a model that Courtney has on hand, I can use that. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, that's the problem. If it's ugh, I had my hand in that the whole time. That's amazing. If it's a monofin that I don't have as part of my collection, and you are a local mermaid, then we can definitely work something out. But otherwise, we have to get a little bit creative. I don't know if I can... That is cool, though. That is a really... I might be onto something here, guys. If this works, I'll do a tutorial for you guys, because... Okay, don't touch it. You're going to ruin it. Smart girl. I hate writing a business plan for making a business. Yes, agreed. I spent some time working on that yesterday with my mom. I had her over. You messaged me a concept for 2-tail mermaid tail. I have not seen it yet. Where did you message me? Did you message me on Instagram? I can actually... I forget, I'm not recording on my phone. I could check if I wanted to. I don't have anything here. Did you message my... Let me just look quick. No. Oh, no. Maybe try messaging me again, and I will take a look. I'm just checking my other account. Nope. Nope. Itchy nose. Okay. Let me see. Wow, that tail is like a tealish color. What? This thing that I'm working on here, or there's a tail behind me? What's going on? This is gonna be really cool. You guys might be witnessing history here. I don't know, but I have just this really funny feeling that I might have stumbled across something really important to my world. I don't know. Very serious. Okay. She Never Misses wants to know, how would additional fins on a fabric tail even stick out? Putting some boning like a corset inside. Yes, Mermaid QnA actually, and you know, if I wasn't live streaming, I'd be editing my video. You'll see on her Gyarados tail, which is incredible, by the way, she actually has them, and they do stand up. And she has, I think, matting, like a firm plastic mat on the inside, and that seems to have been the solution to the problem she was having. But I'm not sure what I would do for it. I typically have made my fins and the extra fins in the past out of vinyl, and have just found that to be a good way to do it. But I don't know if I want to do that, because that's a real pain. That's really hard to do, and I'm not a really huge fan of doing it. Especially if the fabric's already pre-printed, it's just like awkward. Oh my goodness, I think this is actually gonna work. This is insane! I'm freaking out. It's just a little sparkle, but it's pretty. See, I wonder if I make it a little wet first, if that'll work. See, that does change the color of it just a bit. Do I ever plan on selling water bottles? I'm always using them when I go swimming. Yeah, I guess I could. I would have to find a supplier, and I'd have to figure out what I'd put on them. You know, I don't know what I would do. That's a good idea, though. Make a note. Sparkly fabric ponders. Anything sparkly is awesome. Yes. This new setup looks legit for real. Yeah, it does, Eric. What time? Where are you? Are you in the house? Okay. Like I thought I heard him leave again, so I don't know. Yes, on Instagram. Okay, Latu, send it to me again, because I literally just looked. I don't know why I don't see it. Make sure that you did send it. Okay, would you make a custom tail skin like that? One that does cover the, would you custom make a tail skin like that? The one that does, yeah, also on Shop Vancouver Mermaid, I have 3 slots. I am probably going to be opening them a little sooner rather than later. It depends on how a few life decisions that I'm in the process of making go, but I may in fact decide. I've got a bunch of people already interested. I can't, like, it's wonderful to have the interest, and it's always very interesting to see who follows through. But I had a couple of people make some really beautiful comments to me today just on Instagram. There was one girl in particular who has actually bought one of my sweatshirts, you know, the one with my logo on the front of it, not the pod hoodie, because I guess came out afterwards anyway, but, and she messaged me how happy she was with it, and just said some really nice things to me, and I was having a bit of a rough part of my day. I've just had a lot of ups and downs lately, guys, keeping it real, and it just, like, totally, I was crying, and it was pretty ridiculous, but I was really happy, and it just kind of reminded me why I'm doing all of this, and what, you know, because people get caught up in the, yes, I'm going to need to make money, yes, I'm going to need to have an income, but, you know, like, okay, take Echo, for example, one of my sponsored mermaids. Like, the first time I brought her to the pool, and she hadn't tried a monofin out before, and she's a really strong swimmer, so there wasn't going to be a problem, but, you know, I had up until that point been thinking, okay, I want to make this a business. How can I make this a business? Business. And then I was getting so discouraged and so frustrated, but when I watched her in that monofin, like, she put it on and she was gone, and the smile, that ear-to-ear grin on her face, and it just all came, like, flooding back. The real reason that I want to do this kind of stuff above and beyond everything else is just, like, it's just bringing that little spark to people. And, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to be fair about how I price things for myself, you know, make sure that I can continue to bring you guys the content and the tails and the thing. I'm going on a mission, though. On Saturday, I have a very important mission that I'm going on to find something locally, so that I don't have to order said certain thing online anymore. So if you could send me all the good vibes, this will be a real, hopefully, knock on some wood, a stepping stone for me to really get my business in a good direction. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it goes well. Yeah, it is staying sparkly. Don't swear on your live stream, you idiot. Oh my god. I might have to ask the girls if they want this done to theirs too, the existing tails I've made, because I'm gonna pee my pants. I'm gonna freak out. I don't think this is gonna show up on the camera. No, it's totally not. That's too bad. Oh man, I wish you guys could see what I'm seeing here right now. This is just so sparkly. Ah! I'm calm, I'm fine, I'm cool, I'm chilling. Okay, so yeah, I do make the custom tails. That is going to be the goal. I am hoping if I can find a few other things locally that I can reduce the price a little bit more. Until that's the thing, that the price just has to stay what it is, because otherwise I don't make enough to support the whole operation. So that's the thing. History is happening. Yes! Victoria Mermaid, lots of mermaids. Van City Coral, hello, hello! Would be able to see the glitter coat now. I don't think you guys were able to see it, but it is the glitter. This is gonna be what she wants, I guarantee you. And then I'll do tip scales. Ooh, this tail is gonna be, oh, it's gonna be so good. Okay. I just sent it. Okay, let me take a look. The light, it doesn't, because look, come look. It's so, like, subtle. Do you see that, though?
Oh, man. It is very cool.
I know! I wish you could see it. Can you see? Not here.
Okay, there you can.
I don't know.
Give it just a subtle little bit of a...
It's right here is where you're looking. So I'll do, what I'm going to do for hers is I'm
Yeah, there you go.
I know, but that's these ones. I don't want those ones. I want the...
You can actually see it right here.
Oh, you can see it a tiny bit. Thank you, Eric. Okay, yeah.
Anyways, guys, it is real. The
you gotta face
sparkles is real.
a little bit more towards me. Just... That's perfect. Good. Yeah, the sparkle is legit. Thank you so much. No, I don't want to update my phone. Why are you asking me this right now? Go away. Okay, I'm going to go look for that thing really quick just to see. Are you sure you're sending it to me? Is it a request? I have you on here. Don't I? Is it just taking a while to... I mean, I literally don't have it on here. I swear, I'm looking. I'm gonna try and find you again. No, it's with a U. Okay, so I have you. Oh, it's because I'm not following you? Why am I not following you? I'm following you. What the hey is going on in this world? Oh, my God. Okay. I honestly, I would show you, but I don't want to show you all of everybody else's thing, but I don't have it. Are you sending it to Vancouver Mermaid? The world, guys, the world is gonna cave in on all of us. It's gonna be scary. I'm trying to get back to my comments now. Where's my comments? Okay. Sparkles! Who else is asking for fabric to make a mermaid tail from their parents? Yeah, that's always fun. Went to Disney on Ice last week and was sitting so close that I could see the details on the leggings. Oh, mine look better. Thank you, Tony. That's so nice. Oh, I do also have, I don't have any slots for them open yet, but the listing is up now. For the custom leggings, I have calculated, I have figured it out, and the price that's on there does include like basic shipping. So if you're not in the US or in Canada, if you could let me know ahead of time if you're looking for custom leggings, and so I can just make sure that I'm covered. But I just looked at what it was costing me to ship other leggings here and around, so, and then I just like averaged it out, and then what my time was to actually sit there and design your leggings, and then just what the cost of the leggings is for me to actually produce, and that. So, custom leggings are coming. Okay, Sylvester says, the tail you're working on now, from dark blue through to teal, great subjective color, and the greenish part of the tail should be a good pattern for the Eagles jersey. See, it's kind of funny. I kind of am the Canucks mermaid. I mean, I don't really want to say that. I mean, I guess I'm doing that great right now, but Canucks mermaid colors. For me, these have always been very, like, West Coast, like, I don't know. For me, this was always just kind of when I think of the area that I live in, these are the colors I think of, so that's why my tail is, this is actually off of my fluke here, that color, and this is the very base of my tail. I actually have my tail right there for you guys to see. I would have worked on that one tonight, but I really wanted to be able to talk to you guys, and I have to wear my respirator for that one, because I'm gluing stuff. Is it Elisa? Elisa's Life? Howdy, howdy. See, that is wet, not the glitter. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'll try and take some photos of it. Maybe I can take a picture of it and find. Yeah, see, it does show up here. So, oh my God. Ah! No, I'm not excited. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. I love watching creative freakouts when you find something new. I know. That's why I totally do. Oh, hey, Mom. I totally missed you. Pearson Report. Howdy, howdy. It's thanks to my mom. We should all give a nice big round of applause / shout out to my mother, Pearson Report, for helping hook us up with 1 and 2 cameras. It's awesome. My mom is the best. # mom is awesome. So thank you, Mom, for that. But yeah, creative freakouts for the win. Do you have some tails already made for when people order them, or do you make them? I make them to like when people order them. So I'm trying to get fabric in stock so that I have some just kind of constantly on the go. Maybe I make like a monthly order. And then when people see, the thing that's hard is because every tail is different, and because I am a one-person army, like a one-woman show at the moment. So the thing comes in, make the confirmation, you give me what you would like me to use for your reference. Keeping in mind, of course, I don't copy other people's tails. I'm happy to use them for reference and inspiration, but not a direct duplicate. That's a no-no. And while I'm getting the design kind of slowly started, getting some concepting, some color palettes and that kind of thing, you are going to get yourself traced out. You're going to send your outline to me, to my P.O. box. I get the outline, I take all the measurements off of it, I order the fabric, and then everything just kind of goes. I put the measurements into Photoshop, and then I make the design, get you to approve it. By then, hopefully the fabric has shown up. Or if I already have it. And then I bring it to the printer, and then I sew it, and then I do all the little embellishments and stuff, and then it's done. So I will be bringing you guys along for a super in-depth look for Mermaid Kim. For her tail, we've already started collecting the footage for that. I actually bought a brand new SD card specifically to keep that stuff separate because we're doing like legit every freaking little moment that I work on that, I'm pretty much filming it. So it's going to be a long video, but it'll be a good one. And then for this next tail that I'm doing, I will be live streaming that. I want to keep the other one a little bit of a secret because it's kind of a big deal. Just saying. Sorry, I know that was, I didn't do the accent. I'm sorry. Kind of a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, it does start at 8. Mom, you're not late to the party. The thing is my guest wasn't feeling well, so I thought what I would do is I would just do an extra long live stream to make up for it. I didn't want you guys to feel like I didn't love you or that I wasn't coordinated or that I just dropped the ball. So I figured I'd be on here a little longer, maybe hopefully catch some of the people who have to go to bed a little bit earlier. They get to actually get in on my stream action as well. Okay, do I have some tests? So I was going to ask you guys, I wanted to see what you all thought of me. Like, I know, and not to compare myself because this is apples and oranges. Wow. I hit my head a couple of days ago. I blame that. But like Merbella's tails, like she puts out pre-made ones with certain like specific measurements, I guess. And I was thinking, not that I would still do the custom measurements, but I was thinking if I pre-designed tails and made those available, I wonder what the interest would be. I would also put those down at a bit of a lower cost because it would be me just having some fun and making the design for a tail. It would be whatever I wanted it to be, and it wouldn't be like back and forth with somebody giving me revisions and asking me to make changes and stuff like that, which is why I charge for it, because it takes time to do. So they would be a little bit of a discounted price, and then the measurements would be totally custom as well. So when you would order those tails, I would still have to go through all the process, but the design would already be complete. And then I could make small changes if there were, but not huge changes, just maybe like minor things, you know. But yeah, is there interest in that? Like, I have some cool ideas. Actually, I have a lot of ideas for tails I want to do right now. But I can't just keep making myself mermaid tails, guys. I have of my own personal tails. I've got 1 drying. I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then probably 7, 8, and then maybe another 5 in storage. So I need more mermaid tails. Like, I need another hole in my head, guys. So yeah, it's amazing. Your setup is awesome. Thanks, Mom. I had the chat. I figured, I guess the chat's actually over here because my camera flips me. So the chat's here, I'm here, and then this is like the camera, like my workspace, which is kind of cool. I was hoping, I want to do my workshop videos on Twitch like this, where you guys see me, you know, I've got little slideshows, some work that I'm doing, and then you just see me working on what I'm actually working on with a slightly closer camera. Okay, Finn Slap, Mermaid Jaffa, coming at ya. And Nook, welcome. Hi, Courtney, Alfie, and Birdie, and Eric. Oh, yeah. I don't actually know where the dog is. The dog's around somewhere, I'm sure. She never misses. I wish I was decent at drawing to design some tails, but alas, my one gift is writing. Well, you know what? I can't write to save my life, so really, you gotta cherish that. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to say you couldn't write a beautiful description of a mermaid tail. Write, like, how it makes you feel, what you visualize, what, textures. You could get into all kinds of details, and then you could, some mermaids who might, help you out with that, design you a mermaid tail based off of your writing. That might be a fun challenge. You never know, right? So, could be kind of cool. Mom mermaid, blush, blush. Yes, my mom is a freaking rock star, just in case anybody was curious. Like, she sat with me yesterday and went over, like, spreadsheets and all of this business stuff. Because my mom runs her own business, and my mom's a freaking rock star at it, and it's kind of what has inspired me to try and get this off the ground. And, but man, she's a lot more organized than I am. Yep, everybody loves you, Mom. Look at that. Okay, Victoria Mermaid wants to know, what are your tails made of, neoprene or spandex? My tails are a spandex polyester blend currently. That may change depending on whether or not I can find another fabric supplier. I am on the hunt because, honestly, ordering from the States is so dang expensive. It's ridiculous. And their customer service is terrible, and they're impossible to deal with, and they don't have it in stock half the time when I need it, and ugh. Anyways, I'm waiting patiently for 15 yards of fabric, and if they ever get back to me, who knows, but whatever. But for the time being, I am looking at some different blends, but the one thing I can guarantee you is I will test whatever. If I make a change of fabric, I will test it first, and I will make sure that it fits with what I've already created. Because for me, I really, I want to bring you guys a quality product that I myself would use. Like, the thing is, all these tails that I make are tails that I have. Like, my tails are made the exact same way I make all those other tails. I want something that brings you comfort, a good look, but it's not cumbersome. It doesn't float. It's not full of bubbles. There's just things to think about, because for me, mermaiding is largely like, I know a lot of people want to look really pretty, and that's really important, and of course, the design is a huge part of that. That's the big deal. It's a big deal. Doing that for Eric. It's a little inside joke. It's pretty silly, but I also, the functionality of it needs to be there. When you're wearing a mermaid tail, you shouldn't be thinking like, oh my god, the drag is real, or oh my goodness, have I got the gap problem? Is there bubbles? Is my fluke full of air? Is my fluke full of water? Am I having issues? Is the ventilation... functionality, like, you should be in your mermaid tail and you should just be a mermaid. You shouldn't be thinking about how uncomfortable it is. There's a seam in my leg. I can't feel my feet. There's all these things that people don't really, a lot of people just feel like, well, mermaiding should just be this really uncomfortable thing that we do, and I just think that's bogus. I really feel like mermaiding should be an experience above and beyond just what you look like. So that's my spiel. I know I go off on these little tangents sometimes, but I'm telling you, it makes me crazy. So no, they're not neoprene. Let me make that very clear. These are not neoprene tails. There is no rubber in these. These are not neoprene, full stop. I will not be doing on neoprene because I can't get it printed the way that I'm doing it. It needs to be printed on fabric because the printer will melt neoprene, so it's not an option. All right. Okay. She Never Misses says, I have tried some. I am just really crap at coloring stuff in, both digital and by hand. You know what? It takes time. Honestly, I have been a digital artist in the animation industry and in the mobile game industry for like 7 years. And I only in the last couple of years, like maybe the last 4 of those years, have I actually felt like I'm more proficient at painting and digital, like painting and such. And I don't, like, the only painting that I do traditionally is what you see me do on tails. Like, I don't do much besides that. You know what, it just takes practice, but you have to like really honor where you're at. I know that sounds ridiculous, especially if you feel like you suck or you feel like you can't do it, but you really have to look and say, like, it took me this long to get this far. You got to be proud of it. Yes, you always have to reach for the stars. You always have to keep going and finding ways to improve, but make sure it's for your own, like, mental health, if I can be so bold. But especially in my industry, you get really down on yourself. I work with some immensely talented people, okay? And Eric is one of those immensely talented people. And you can really get down on yourself a lot, especially when you see people succeeding in ways that you wish that you could, but you're just not there yet. But it's all about timing, and it's all about patience and persistence. I was not the best artist by a long shot in my graduating year when I was in art school for animation. I was like really not the best. My grades were all great. I had A's across the board. I was good at it, but I was not I wasn't where everybody else was at. So it was very hard for me to get into the industry, but because I was as determined as I was, I thought it was what I wanted, and I was going to do everything I could to make it work. You know, you just keep going. So if it is something that you want to do, if you want to do it as a hobby, then you just be a little bit relaxed about it, and don't get down on yourself if you feel like you aren't, you know, where people are at. Like, I draw every day, all day, for 8 to 12 hours. All day. I mean, literally. And, you know, and then sometimes even longer if I decide after my 8 hours at work, I'll come home and, you know, so then I put in another 4 hours, right? So that's the 12 hours. And maybe even stay up till frickin', you know, like, I shudder when I think about it, how many hours of my life are sit hunched like this over a Cintiq. But, and if you ever want to see me working on any of that stuff, I have a new one coming out soon on my Twitch. I'm going to try and get a schedule going for that, where I'm going to be working on Cinderella as a mermaid. My beautiful, ever so supportive patrons over on Patreon, who are help making this all possible, have seen my work in progress initial sketch, sort of my thumbnail, the beginning processes. And I was excited to share that with those guys. Now that I've got my Discord, my Patreon Discord, where people get to chat with me at any time that I'm available. And we were having some fun on there today. So a huge shout out to my patrons over on Patreon who make it possible for me to do a lot of what I do. You guys are amazing. I love you all. I love all my fishes. You know that, but okay. Oh, Heidi Lynn, I invited the Discord to come and watch you. Anyways, my question, I said I had, I'm really not good at using sewing machines. Could I hand sew the seams? The thing is, if you're thinking of doing the entire mermaid tail hand sewn, the reason I wouldn't suggest that is the kind of, here, I used it on this one, I think, did I? Yes, I did. Okay. So the kind of seam that this is a triple stitch, and you see how it stretches like that? It stretches really a lot and nice. I don't have... Hello? I don't have anything hand sewn that I could show you with a different stitch. Is this? No, this is also that. The thing is, when you hand sew it, there isn't a really good way. I mean, maybe there's a technique. Honestly, I am not as proficient in that. Like, I have pretty much my method for making tails, my method for making tops, and that's where the extent of my knowledge for that goes. I don't think I'd recommend it. I don't honestly think it would hold up to the vigorous kind of stretching and pulling. You know, when I see some of these girls put their tails on and I'm sitting there thinking, oh my god, just be gentle, please. Why? You know, it's hard if it's just hand stitch. You can base it just to see what it's going to look like, but I would recommend, you know, learning to sew, a mermaid tail is exactly a straight line. It's 1, 2, a little bit at the bottom to keep your monofin in, and then just a line across for the waistband if you want to do, or you can do a stitch down each side. The thing is it just takes, if you do it slow, and you're careful and you follow along all my videos on YouTube, be sure to check out my Mermaid School playlist. We'll have all my how to make a mermaid tail. I still have mermaidschool.ca is still like an archival site you can check out there too. That'll have everything in sort of a chronological order as well. But I do show people how to do this, and you could pick up a sewing machine for a, you know, I think, what did I even pay for mine? I paid under $100 for mine, I think. But they range, you know, I mean, from that all the way up to several thousands of dollars. But you could start off with something super entry level. You just gotta make sure you've either got a zigzag stitch or you've got the triple stitch, and you're good to go, you know? So I believe in you. You can do it. Hey, if I can do it, if Genius over here can figure it out, trust me, you can figure it out. Okay, Sylvester Young, hey Jaffa, okay, I just sent you an emoji. I'm gonna try this one more time. This is really odd that I'm not, oh, I think I got you this time. Oh no, I didn't, this is, oh, thank you, Van City Coral. Oh, how sweet, you guys, so jeez. But I still didn't get anything from you. Oh, are you doing my Shop Vancouver Mermaid, or are you doing, where are you finding me? Okay. Oh. Aw, you're so sweet. Okay. It's still not going. You know what? At this point, send it to me via email at vancouvermermaid@gmail.com, because I'm the frustration is real. I feel bad. I'm not sure why it's not working, but I literally don't even get a notification that you sent me anything. I don't know why. The long videos are the best. Big thank you and hugs. Oh yeah, Mom for sure. Ariel Mermaid says, my H2O tail looks amazing, by the way. Thank you so much. I feel like that one turned out really well. I had a lot of fun. I feel like if people asked me to do, if I had somebody who reserved a slot and asked me to do another one, I would want to do something and try a different version of it. Mostly because I don't want everybody to have the exact same tail, but also because I see it going so many different ways. I feel like there's so many different ways that tail could be done. And, but I really like how that one turned out. I feel like that one turned out solid. Hey Martin Gamble, hey! Thank you for coming to the stream. I didn't know she was your question too. Okay, I'm watching on my TV. You can watch it on your TV? Mom, that's awesome. Very cool. That sewing scenes is the tide. Oh, that's an option too. Who did a video on that? I would totally want to credit whoever it was that did the video on that. There's somebody who made a video on how to make a mermaid tail without sewing. Like 100% no sewing. Who the heck did that? That was a while ago. Was that like a year or two ago? I might look for that. Yeah, you get a cool fringe. Like literally you tie, so what you have is you have your fabric, both things, you have your outline, and then you cut into your outline, and then you just tie. You literally just tie the little fringe bits that you cut. What the hell? Did that pick up on the mic? I think that's somebody who really needs either their brakes oiled or something. Like, yikes. Okay. I like that idea. Would it be available for different monofins? Are you talking about my tails? Because I'm able to do it for the Mahina. Oh. Not the kids' Mahina, because the kids is a different size. And I only really want to keep monofins that I would also use for now. It's just, financially, these are huge investments. Buying a bunch of monofins to make a bunch of tails is a bit intense. I also have, for now, those are the two that I would like to offer. I do have other monofins. I do also have a foil. However, I do not, this is so gross. I don't know why. It's so sticky still, but I would not recommend this for a mermaid tail. I don't feel like the shape is gonna work for one. Anyways, I also have the Aquarius, but it's attached to something. It's stuck. And then I also have, for kids, I would have Mermaid Linden's. I was like, why can't I remember her name? She's like one of my favorite mermaids of all time. Come on, Courtney, jeez. One of her kids' fins as well. So I have some options. But I'm going to stick mostly, for now, to the Mahina and the Luna, just because I feel like, honestly, for the design, like my style of sewing a tail, I feel like those two are the best candidates for that. You don't get holes in your tail from them. They're flexible, so they're really easy to get in and out without totally destroying your skin. And I just feel like they're just really nice. They're just really nice monofins. So, the gift of writing is something to treasure. My mom's a really good writer too. Okay, Kitty Cat Toys, we'll see you next time. You can see how far I am down this chat, right? I'll catch up eventually, I swear. She never misses. I like being able to write is one of my favorite things. Yes, that's awesome. I'm just too self-conscious. I'm always worried that people are judging my inability to write, so I usually don't think about it and just hope that I don't make too many terrible typos. Too many terrible typos. What do I win for that one, guys? More blush, blush, blush. I think what you could do is just print out a few scales, fabric with all the colors just to ready for us. Once I was confused for what to get. The thing is the designs are made so that way I can get the scales to kind of line up a little bit, which isn't something that a lot of other places do. I do my very best. It's not 100% perfect, but it is really close, I feel, close seam. But I make the designs and the colors and everything are made for, like, to your size. So if you want, like, it works better. Like, this tail, the prototype, is actually supposed to have green down to my knees, but it doesn't because I didn't measure it nicely. And that's when I just, like, I didn't put my full measurements. I literally just made the tail and just like, oh, well, whatever, it'll be wide enough, it's fine. And then I decided that that's not a good way to do it, so I decided to actually input all of my proper measurements for these tails. Is this dry yet? Are you dry yet? Hello? Yeah, it's gonna stay. That's insane. I'll heat set it. Oh, God, yes. Courtney is a little bit pumped right now. Oh my God. Where did I get to? Okay, cut the fringe, da, da, da. We already talked about that. Fabric shopping is crazy. Yes, it is. I like to write novels. That's awesome. Realistic fiction, urban fantasy, beautiful. Ooh, yes. Screenplays, nice. Okay, in terms of comfort, I realize my tail passes the test when I fell asleep in hers. Ha ha! Nice. But you see, comfort is a big deal. I feel like a lot of places don't really think that through. It's like, well, you know, the monofin is just the monofin is just the monofin. Nobody really cares. They're like, well, I will never, at the Luna, I'll never go to, I mean, nothing else is going to compare. I promise I'm going to give the Mahina its fair chance, but like we had the meetup on Sunday, and I've got footage, a ton of footage. There's going to be a really nice length video coming out for that. It'll be really good. But I was in the water for probably over an hour, and I am somebody who deals with intense foot cramping all the bloody time, even just sitting on the couch. No. And I can be in the Luna and not have a problem. And if I do get a little cramp, I don't even have to take the Luna off. I can just kind of shake it around because your feet aren't like, you're not being squeezed to death. And it's so comfortable, and there's no pressure on your toes at all. And I just could go, I'm going to go off on like a tangent again, guys. You're going to reel me in, right? Neoprene soup would look interesting. Oh my gosh. Volume is a bit soft. Am I talking? I look from here, I see, like, is it your volume maybe? Or does everybody feel that way? I can probably try to turn it up a bit. Okay. The Painted Mermaid. Have you tried making a tail with individual rows of scales stacked and stitched to a base skin? Would be a pain, but might look cool. Yes. Kim and I, we haven't done it stitched. What we did was we cut out, like, I can't, honestly, it was either several hundred or almost 1,000 scales. It was just about the death of us. And we cut out scales and we glued them to fabric. It turned out, the volume's okay? Okay. Thanks, Eric. it looked beautiful. It did. It did take damage pretty quickly, and it was heavy for Kim. I remember her saying it was really heavy. It was cool. It was a cool experiment. I think this is, for me, because I get to exercise my artistic skills, sitting at my computer, coming up with the design, and the design literally looking exactly like how it did on the screen. I mean, obviously minor artistic imperfections and things aside when it comes back from the printer or when I sew it. That aside, the design itself prints just like I've printed it on a piece of paper from my computer, you know what I'm saying? So I love the feeling of having that level of control over my design. I love being able to be like, okay, you want this dream tail. Well, here's my design, and then you just hope to heck that it turns out right when you're painting it. No. It's like, okay, I've designed it, you see it, you like it, I stick it on the fabric, and it's the same thing that you've already seen and you're happy with. So I feel like there is just so much potential for that, that yes. Link you just for sending pictures. Okay, so that's somebody else. That's pretty much what I do. Yes, that's what Mermaid Comics does. Alright, shout out to the Patreon pod. Woo woo! Whoa, am I that far behind? Oh my god, you guys, I'm so sorry. I have to practice the drawing more. I just want to so that by the time I want to buy a tail, I don't have to make someone else try to draw my vision 12 times when I see it in my head. I think, yeah, if you want something really specific, it's good. I like to, and I have said I think it's in the description of the thing, I do keep some artistic liberties. I have it on there. I said I have the right to make changes should I feel it will better the design, because I have to have some artistic say, because I still want it to turn out, you know, not to say like good or that other people might see something, but there's just going to be some colors that really clash that maybe just could go a different way, you know, maybe a little bit of artistic, you know, because when you are ordering from a tail maker, I think the mistake a lot of people make, and I think it's something that we should embrace. We'll embrace that less, but embrace this point that I'm about to make more, is that you're actually getting work from an artist, right? You're commissioning that artist to bring your vision to life, and hopefully you've picked an artist whose style you are already in love with, whose style you feel that they would be a good fit. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's an important part of picking your tail maker, you know, above and beyond the cost and above and beyond, you know, who they, you know, are. You want to know what their reputation is as a tail maker, but you also want somebody who has a style, you know, you see what I'm capable of, like you know, you see what I make, and hopefully you see that and you think, yes, she could do justice to my vision, because that's the artist, that's the person who knows what's doable and what's not doable, what's going to look good, what's going to look great, and that kind of thing. So I feel like a lot of tail makers are given a hard time, and it's happened to me too. Like, I haven't even opened officially for slots. I've only been doing sponsored tails, and I already get people who message me, and there's only been a couple, thank God. For the most part, people have been all of you guys have been incredibly supportive, and I cannot thank you enough. But there has been one or two people who have treated me really poorly, and that's been a little bit lousy, and I've blacklisted a couple of people already who I will not make tails for, because they were so rude to me, and I was like, where did that come from? Okay, no worries. You want to work with somebody, you know, you're gonna mesh with people, right? So it's a whole thing. I know I'm really far behind. I'm gonna try and zip through these. Here we go. Okay. Is it possible to hand sew a tail? Okay, Mango Rainbow wants to know. It's possible to hand sew a tail. I actually did that on my first one and some of the one I'm currently making. Yeah, for sure. Well, if you can make it work, then you can make it work. I like to make mine this way just because my stitching is decent, but that takes forever. I gotta bust through these really quick, and I love the fact that I can just rip on it and it stays in place, because it's the same stitching that I use on my actual tails themselves. She never misses. The H2O tail is wonderful. Mermaid Jaffa. Anything is possible. Yeah. Mermaid Linden. Yes. Whoa. Whistling? Yes. There was a crazy, yeah, blooper. I know, right? At the neighbors. That was the car. Okay, so that's how far behind I am, guys. I'm so sorry. No, I'll figure it out. Should get the Mahina or the Luna. Chad, damn, I forgot about today. Watch your language, Chad. I've been working on a new video for my channel. Oh, guys! 2 things. 1, Chad, I wish I had the link. You go. Okay, so look up the Titus. I think, is that gonna link to your channel? I hope it does. He has an awesome channel. He's doing like toy reviews, and he's doing dioramas, and you guys should go show him some love. That is Mermaid Kim's man, and you should go show some support for our fellow creators because his channel is really, like, he's really talented at what he does. So you guys should go check him out. And 2, for any of you in the area, one of my local mermaid friends, her cat has gone missing, and I don't know how many of you are around. I'm just going to get the information here really quick because this is really important. I meant to say this sooner. I feel like such an idiot. So my post on Twitter was, a fellow mermaid needs our help. Chester has been missing since Monday, January 29th, 2018. He was last seen on 112th Street and 92nd Avenue in Delta. If seen or found, please contact 778-233-1992. And he is a black cat. He's super cute. You know, those kind of golden eyes. He's got a little bit of damage to his ears from previous incidents. But the pictures and everything are up on my Twitter. If you guys would all do a mermaid a solid and either retweet or grab the image and share it on your social media wherever you are. Let's try and get this little kitty home. I feel so bad. He's like, I think he's 15 years old, and he's just a little guy. He's a little bit skittish, and it just broke my heart. If I thought that maybe, you know, something happened to Alfie, I would just die, right? So let's all do her a solid and pass it around as much as you can. Again, it's on my Twitter, and I'm Courtney Mermaid on Twitter. So please help us share that and help get Chester home again. Thank you. I meant to do that at the beginning of my stream, and I totally forgot, like the winner that I am. God, really, Courtney. Superstar. Okay, but yeah, so I'd also go check out Chad's channel, the Titus. Go. Nice and clear on the TV. Okay, good. Kim. What do you think about the Fantasy Fin by the Mertailer? I have not tried it. Personally, I think it looks pretty, but I think it looks pretty. I don't think it's going to be the most functional for distance swimming. I know he said it might be a good segue into a spellbound tail. Again, I really feel like instead of spreading himself thin with the different products, he wants to cover a large range of products, but I think sticking to the spellbound tails as his main sort of a more lower, like, entry level, I guess, kind of a thing without, I'm not sure if that's what he's doing with that right now, but if he's got a basic version of that, I think that's where he should spend the time and the money, because I feel like it came out right around the same time or just after the Luna came out, but I feel like of the two, I would probably go with the Luna because it's got the adjustable straps and it's thicker looking. Like, when you see people swim with that, like, it doesn't look like you're getting the same level of propulsion, so I feel like that's something to take into consideration. Okay. I still have nightmares of that tail. Scales. Yes. The tail was 15 to 20 pounds wet, and for a fabric tail, guys, that's intense. Yikes. Sky Panda, wait, are we talking about the tails you sell? Do you make a pattern with the person? So what I do is I get everybody to outline. So what you'll do, you'll make your payment, you'll place your order with me, I will contact you, I'll be like, hey, give me some reference images, get some thoughts, what would you like this tail to look like, feel like, what's your theme, blah blah, get that going. Then I say to you, okay, I need you to lie down on a sheet of paper. I have to use 2 sheets of paper because I got a bum. And get somebody to trace you out. You have to get somebody else to do it. You can't do it yourself, because if you're sitting up, things are flexed, things aren't lying flat on the paper. So you need to make sure that that's a thing. Wear the monophane and let me know where the straps end, and do the circumference. Like, go around the whole of your heels and make a note where the heel strap is. And then that you will either roll up and stick in a tube and mail to me, or you can fold it up, put it in an envelope, and mail it to me. I will provide you with my my mailing address, and then from there, I will unroll that, turn that into a pattern, take all of the measurements off of it, excuse me, that I need to make an accurate design for you on my computer. So all the basic, you know, measurements all the way down. And then I go from there. So that's pretty much my answer to this whole, you know, and that was what I learned working on Faith's tail, because the measurements that she had given me weren't measurements that fit her. So when I made her tail, I had followed those measurements to a T, but the tail didn't fit her, which was a shame. So when she came over and we took it in, probably like this much on each side, it made a huge difference. And to see her swim in it now, the thing looks like a second skin. It looks like it fits really, really well. So that's when I was like, wait a second. That's brilliant. Just get people to trace themselves out, mail you the thing. How can you go wrong? So that way it's 100% on you if something happened with it. I don't know. But that's I thought that was just a better way to do things, because I'm trying to make these kind of like the fabric tail answer to everybody wanting a silicone tail. I know. I have high ambitions and high hopes, right? It's kind of ridiculous, but okay, Blossomness Studios. I thought I had missed this. I am so glad that I didn't. Welcome, welcome. Okay, where did I get? I've never been on a live stream before. Well, welcome. Thank you for the support with my channel. Oh, absolutely. Oh, Romeo! And no, you're completely right. Okay, had sewing patches over holes in my tail be a good idea? Or would it just tear more? So, I can actually hey, I can actually show you guys. Who wants to see the inside of one of my tails where I actually had to do that exact thing? Let me move this so I don't spill that all over my phone, because wouldn't that just be delicious? So Wanda, and for those of you who don't know, Wanda is this tail right here. Wanda had an unfortunate incident with a monofin, and Wanda ended up with, I think, 3 or 4 really nice holes in her base. This is the first time it's ever happened to me. I was stunned beyond all reason and very upset. But as you can see, you can't even see where they are. I'm going to have to point them out to you for you to be able to see them. So they are right here. Okay, there's one there, and there is one here. And then there's one there, and then there's one right there. So it's 4 holes. So what I did is I ended up painting over them, but what I did on the inside, now to be clear, I don't do this fringe anymore. That ruins my machine, and I might in the future if I can get a second machine just for doing the vinyl fringe, but the vinyl fringe is not, this is a painted tail, hand paint. This is a $1,300 tail if you wanted one. I do not make these currently. The only tails that I make are the printed ones, so I just need to put that little disclaimer in there. So here's my baby, and on the inside I just glued, well, sorry about the autofocus guys, I'm not sure how to fix that. I will figure it out. I glued over the holes instead of stitching them, because I didn't want to put more holes every time you puncture the fabric with your sewing needle. I just glued right over top, just little patches in the corner, and this has held up now. This has been fine. So then what I did was I just painted over, and what I was also going to add afterwards was just sequins over top to just, I haven't done that, I should probably do that. I'm not planning on swimming with this tail anymore, but that is how, and it's the same on this side, but that is how you can solve that problem. Relatively easy. So I have them on this side as well. So I do have another tail that is going to need to get that done, but that is not today's priority. That's going to be another day, but I have a tail that is going to be used by another mermaid, and it is going to need to have its holes patched, because it happened to that one too, which is why I no longer use the Aquarius for my mermaid tails, because that is a really frustrating thing to have happen to your artwork when it gets nice holes ripped into it. It's fantastic. Love when that happens. Okay, I'll link it for you. Sweet. No kitty here. Okay, good. No, but if you're in Washington, just if any of you are in the local area to help share that poor thing. I don't know how many of you are local mermaids who saw that, but if you happen to be, please, because I feel so sad. She was so sad today when she posted that on Facebook. I felt awful. I just wanted to be like, all right, we're all leaving work early. Let's go find the cat. Go, go, go. Somewhere around here for sure. It's under Titan Toy Reviews. Go, go, go. Yes. Oh, I'm finally almost caught up. Okay, this is great. Everything is cracking. Okay, the Spellbound Tails are, so she never misses. Spellbound Tails are cool, but I really like Mernation's Genesis and Genesis Plus division change they did recently. I haven't seen much of Mernation's Tails, so I'll have to take a look and see what I think of that. Blossomness Studios. My mom said that she can order my tail off Amazon on the 14th. Awesome! Congratulations. Yes, but do be careful. That's right as well, because you never know what the sellers are going to be like on there. So be sure to double check and do your research. Disney Dave, good night. Maria Kim, get some Genome, or get a Genome 6900 sewing machine. Sews through plastic like butter. Blossom Studios. Okay, that answers my question. Thank you. Good. I am happy that I could help, and I'm actually caught up on the chat. I feel like I win at life. So this has actually worked far better than I thought it would. I'll be curious how well it stays on after I heat set it. We'll see. But that is pretty cool, and that did actually work on the green as well. It didn't change the color too much. It does change the texture of the fabric. It makes it a bit rough, but not like rough. I don't mean rough. It just makes it, like, if you could feel this right now, like, it's very slippery. Like, it's a very soft, not fluffy, but just a very smooth fabric. This just makes it feel like it does have a bit more grit or texture to it, which is kind of cool, actually. I kind of like that. I kind of want to add this to my tail. I mean, like, because this is what it would look like. Ooh, so pretty. So excited. But yes. Oh, there you go. I think I'm going to make, well, actually, do you guys like having the little live chat thing on there? Is that useful? I don't know. Have you guys been liking being able to see? I thought it would be cool for future people watching this to see that there are people who watch, that I'm not just like making this up, that I'm not like, oh yes, random people kind of watching my stuff. Mernation now has 2 flute designs for the Genesis tail. I have no idea. The Genesis and the Qua. Alright, cool. Cool beans! Oh, here we go. I would be so sad if I lost one of my cats. Yes, it's very sad. My sewing machine sews through 6 layers of spandex. Woo! My previous sewing machine could only do 3. Yeah, my machine is just like... My machine is just... Well, that sums it up. Loving the live chat. Okay, cool. I'm glad that you guys like that. I actually would love to give a huge shout out to video creators. If you guys want to know where I learn most of what I know about YouTube, go check out Video Creators. He had done a tutorial, and of course, this guy's... Why can't I never remember this dude's name? I feel so... Tim! Is it Tim? Tim Schmoyer? Is that the guy's name? I think that's his name. Oh my... Why I can't... Honestly, I watch more of his content than anybody else's on this platform. It's crazy. But he did a tutorial on how to do this setup, and I was like, yes, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, so it's pretty good. Okay, Blossomness Studios. Which of your tails is your favorite for swimming in a pool, and why? You know, I would honestly, I can show it to you guys quick if you would like to see it. I think it's dry. Oh, how am I going to get by here again? Why do I keep doing this to myself? Why am I like, hey, this is a good idea. Keep walking under and around and past and things. So I currently swim in that bad boy. Just give me 1 second. As I just, sorry, I have to go underneath cables and stuff. It's pretty ridiculous. Okay. So dramatic, guys. This is my current baby. This is, I think this one I named Chester, and this one is named Helen. I know I didn't put up a poll for people to name them, but I had a very specific reason for the names. If you are local to Vancouver, you can probably guess what that's all about, but this is my current bebe. And yeah, so this is my swimming pool tail only. This one is this 2018 Courtney Mermaid Mermaid tail. And that is the baby. So that's the top. It was hanging kind of funny, but that's the top. Yellow. That's the back. I made the back a little bit darker because I wanted the idea to be that I was like a bit more like weather beaten a little bit, and then I wanted like the tum to be boy, it got all like creased on me from how I had it hanging. That's not cool. Well, I'll put it back up on the hanger now because it's finally dry. So, but I wanted the belly area to be a little bit like softer and a little bit more faded, like that. See? So there's that. That is my baby. This is yeah, this is Chester, and this is my baby. That's a good boy. It is so good. This is also my new top, which has to have some changes made to it because the neck piece is too long. When I wore it, it looked really good in the video. You'll see it, but I had to have it tied like that freaking high up my neck. It was ridiculous. So I had to use like an elastic band. So I think I'm just gonna maybe either cut it or just like sew it into itself somehow. I have no idea how I'm gonna fix that, but I could just cut it, like seam rip it, but I don't know if I want to do that either. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. I just wanted something that had a little bit of matching, and then I wanted to have rope instead of the thinner one, and I think it turned out good. I did put 2 pearls on it. I think I might add some more pearls to it, in just a little bit here and there. But that is future Courtney's problem, not present Courtney's problem, because, you know, reasons and things. Okay. Let me see. Tim the Toolman, haha! Chad says hi. Eric says hey. Why not round off the tips on the Aquarius? Because it would change the way that my tail skin fits on it. On the one with the vinyl, it probably wouldn't matter, but on my purple one that still doesn't have a name, it would probably make a difference. I don't know. I don't really like to like. I've done it once where I cut my monofin to meet the needs of my tail design, and I didn't really like how that turned out. I kind of just wish that there was an updated version of the Aquarius where they did not have quite such a dramatic tip design, but maybe one day. Okay. She never misses. You said earlier you weren't confident in your writing ability. How about acting? Do you think if someone in your area wanted you to be in a Merce series with them, you would? Yeah, for sure. I used to be an absolute chicken, and not really as much anymore. I mean, like, I do this kind of stuff, and this is it's pretty nerve-wracking, honestly. The first couple of times I did a live stream, I was like, oh my god, like, what do I do? What do I say? It's so awkward. But you kind of get used to it after a while, and I'm at that age now where I don't really care anymore. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm not in my 20s anymore, so I don't really feel like super self-conscious if I do something kind of stupid. I figure if you don't like me or you want to make fun of me, that's your problem, not mine, kind of a thing. Like, I know maybe that sounds kind of like I'm being an ass, but that's just, I don't know, just kind of how I feel, I guess. Like, meh. Chester. Yeah, Chester. I had to. You know what? Wanda is one that was named Bluefish. I think the only ones that weren't named after, like, significant things were, Goldfish is not, and neither is Miranda, or the Tail Tail doesn't have a name. I don't think I ever gave that one a name. But yeah, Wanda, Chester, and Helen. Yep. How old is Chester? Chester is... When did I finish Chester? Chester's not even a year old. Chester is only a few months old. I've just recently finished. I think recently, like before Christmas, I think I finished Chester. Have you ever done a photo shoot in your tail with your bird? No, I haven't. Oh, Helen. Helen Caddy. No, I haven't. My bird is very easily scared of things, and unfortunately, birds aren't like dogs where you can kind of calm them down. Like you can, but it takes a really long time to convince a bird that whatever is scaring them isn't actually trying to kill them. Even if it's just your leggings. Oh, this is a good one, guys. I'll try and get it on video one day. She was in her cage, and I was giving her noogies through the bars. Little head scritches, just like this. And so what she does, when she wants you to scratch her head, she puts her head down. But every time she put her head down, she'd see my leggings, look up, and then bite me, and then be like, oh, it's you. Head scritches. And then she'd see my leggings, and she'd bite me again, and then she'd look up, and she'd be like, oh, it's you. And it was just over and over and over again. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? But she really doesn't like the leggings that I made that match this tail. She really hates, like with a passion. I can't wear them if she's out. So I don't know if it's because they're green and she's green or what, but yeah, she's not a fan. So it's pretty good. But yeah, she's good for a photo shoot. They have, like, my pets have their own Instagram. They're Daily Bark Dogs, and Tig does have some video and photos, yes, up there. And she is very photogenic. My vet says she's probably one of the most, like, perfect specimens, like, examples of her species or something. I know, my vet really loves my bird, and I think it's so adorable. I love my vet so much. She's such a wonderful person. And she takes such amazing care and attention to detail with my bird. It makes me so happy, but it's really funny how like, she's a fan of my bird. It's really cute. I feel really lucky. More green, yes! Lots of green. Where did I go? Okay, Sweet Pea Customs, howdy howdy! Blossomness Studios, would it be hard to make a top to match my tail? I'm only 12, so I don't have really great access to materials. You know what? Here's the thing, right? So these I got at the dollar store. They were like $1.50, and I bought a bunch of them. The bikini came from Walmart. The inner material came from Walmart. This stuff I bought at a craft store, as did the little greenery and the mesh. So really, this was not an expensive thing to make. This was leftover material from not this tail, but from oh my God, Courtney, Helen from Helen, and so that it was all like, it's all pretty much, yeah, and a lot of it's just stuff that I had kicking around already. So you can get pretty creative. Even if you just want to start with something really basic, if you're young and you want just a bathing suit top, that works fine. There's a lot of us mermaids, like even I wear just a bathing suit top. I will also be offering custom tops as well, with like these guys. These are crop tops. This is the matching top for this tail. I don't do the sewing on these, so there are some size limitations. Also, the scales do print off sometimes a little bit smaller than what we've got here. You can see a little bit there. But this goes at the top. So these are the two options for tops that I currently have for my two tails. And but it'll be the kind of situation where you'd give me what kind of pattern you wanted, scale-wise, to match your tail. Again, I don't rip people off. I would just use it, to do something that'll fit, obviously, without totally copying somebody. But yeah, that's my matching top. I really like this one. It's super comfortable. There is no inside to it, though, so for girls who have a little bit more up top, it might not be the best option, as it's literally just a crop top. You could wear a bathing suit underneath it if you wanted to, but I find that it holds me in place pretty, like, I'm a C cup, and it holds me in place pretty well. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, Mom, that's a good idea. So my mom says, read the top, cut the strap, and then feed each end into a clasp hook. That's actually a pretty good idea. I could actually get one of those bathing suit hooks that actually, like, fold into each other. Yeah. I even might have one. Oh. Wow. See, guys? My mom is awesome. Okay, Sweet Pea Customs. I missed out on so many of these, and now I'm so happy that I'm here. Well, I'm so happy you're here, too. Thank you for joining us. Okay, how do I make my tops? So, I think I kind of already answered that, but I don't. They're all hand sewn. So, this is not, I have somewhere, there's my other tail, why is this giving me a problem here? So these are, basically, they're hand sewn, and on the backs, I sew, this one was done by hand, so I think I actually made hers a little bit nicer than I made my own, but, each little piece is hand sewn. For mine, I actually used my sewing machine, and just went over top of all of the mesh. I was able to sew over it. You have to be a bit careful, it's a little bit finicky. This was really hard to thread through here, but it did work. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but it did work. And then the shells are also just sewn right onto it. So I keep forgetting I don't have to look, like it's over here. It's gonna take some getting used to. But I sew all of this stuff on by hand, and once it's on you and you're sort of, you know, your girls are kind of holding everything in place, it doesn't really matter that these aren't attached because, well, it's full, so it'll keep everything in place. How do you say that without being super awkward, Courtney? I don't know. But that's pretty much how I make them. They're all just, you know, one at a time. These ones I don't currently make for sale because they are such a pain in the butt to make. I sit here and I hate life when I'm making these. The other ones here, I have a manufacturer who sews them for me in Canada. And the fabric is from Canada as well. Like, it's made in Canada from a mill in Montreal. And basically, I send them what the design is that I want on it, and they just sublimation print the design on the fabric, and then they just sew it and they send it to me. So that's how I make these ones, which are really, I personally, sometimes it's nice not to have, you know, cleavage for days and worrying about whether or not your boobs are flying out of your top on camera or in front of a bunch of kids. So, I mean, so sometimes it's nice to have something with just a little bit more coverage. It's not quite so out there, you know what I'm saying? All the men in my chat are probably like, oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. What Jaffa said. A tankini or bikini top you like and decorate it with beads and shells and sequins and whatever you want. Like, you can get super creative. Heidi says, oh, so my Aquarius made holes into my tail. My parents thought maybe to fix the problem problem to spray Clear Flex Seal. Oh, I don't know. It's really going to depend on the material. If you do try it, do a test somewhere on the tail that isn't like maybe as obvious first if you can, just to make sure that it doesn't like erode the material or anything. Like, I would have to do research into that. I just know the E6000 glue and a little bit of extra fabric works wonders for mine, but my tails also aren't, I don't have to worry about them being see-through at all, so, you know, those are some things to consider. If you do try it, be sure to hit me up and let me know how it went. I realize it's 9:01. I am going to be wrapping this up. I'm just going to get to the bottom of the comments really quick if I can. Could I spell it for my email address? So my email address, for anybody who wants to send me messages, is VancouverMermaid@gmail.com. That is VancouverMermaid@gmail.com. Please, I really hope to heck I spell it. I'm the kind of person who needs to write this down. If you go to VancouverMermaid.com on my website, links and everything to my emails, there's like 15 billion different ways you can get a hold of me. If you don't hear back from me, please give me a couple of days because oddly enough, I'm not even that big of a YouTuber and I get a lot of emails. So catching up on them, sometimes it takes me a little while. If you don't hear back from me and for some reason it's been a week, please email me again because chances are I haven't seen it. Like, I was going through my emails and I checked one off that as read that wasn't read, and I just it was like from like a week and a half ago, and I just replied to it the other day, and I felt so bad for this person who had asked me such a beautiful, friendly question, and here I am like, I am the worst human being on earth. I am so sorry. That took me so freaking long. If you're that person and you're watching, I'm really sorry. It was really bad. Okay, let me see here. So I'm gonna just go as per the timestamps, and once I hit 9 o'clock on here, then I'll do my little sign off. My one bird loves feet, so when I put my tail in, he actually was like, huh, I walked up to the flute. Oh, it's really cute. He knew my feet were in there, so he didn't mind my tail. Oh, jeez, that's really cute. Okay, YouTube is awesome. From YouTube, yes. YouTube is all the better with Courtney on it. Aw, geez, thank you. Tinkerbell is a cute bird. What's the story behind naming my tail Helen? So Helen is the last remaining dolphin currently at the Vancouver Aquarium, and I call her my little Helen of Troy. I think she's beautiful, and I'm very sad. She came from Japan, and there's a really good possibility, though they'll never admit to it, that she actually did come from the Drive the Dolphin hunts in Japan. The Drive Dolphin drying. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me so upset. I'll do a video one day talking about it. That kind of stuff gets flagged like immediately because you're talking about the death of these animals and these things. So I said that now, so probably this video gets flagged too. Who knows? But she came from there, and she has really bad damage to her pectoral fins. So when she's in shallower water, she can't stay upright. She kind of goes on to either side, and I just wanted to find a way to kind of honor her. You know, there's not, like, we're all still doing what we can, but there's a good chance she's just going to be alone for the rest of her life, and I don't want them to bring anybody else in, but they can't release her because she physically, like, she can't, I mean, I don't know. So it's just this really awkward thing. I would like her to be moved to a sea pen somewhere where she could at least feel the natural kind of rhythms of the ocean and that thing, but Chester was the false killer whale, and Helen is the last dolphin at the Vancouver Aquarium. So I'm starting to lose my voice, guys. I love the swamp green on that tail, Courtney. Yes, shells and seaweed. Wow, you're creative. I try. Are those aquarium plants added to the top? Are they glued on? No, these are hand sewed one at a time onto here. I do glue this on eventually, but I had to have this ready for, and I mean, really, it doesn't actually need it. I wanted to have it ready for the meet, so I didn't have time to glue it because I literally finished it with like 5 minutes to spare before Kim came to get me, so. She never misses. I really like the scale design on the green tail. Very pretty. Just a question. Is there a reason that you seem to design a lot of your tails with a less detailed, more blank type fluke, if that? So I like to keep it simple. I find, honestly, and it's just my personal taste, if you came to me and were like, Courtney, I want you to do me a tail, but I want you to do me a tail with like this design or that pattern or whatever, that's totally something we can do. It's my personal taste that I like something simple. So a tail like this one has a pattern on the fluke. I'll bring this down to show you a close up really quick. I know we're going over, FD, if you're still there and you have to go, I totally understand. My awesome guard dragon. So this one is the one that needs some touch-ups, but so you can see I do have a pattern on this one, and it does have a little bit of extra design. I like to keep them simple, a little bit plain. That's my personal preference. I don't like things really busy. I like simplicity. I feel like there's just some beauty in that, but that's just me. That's not to just, you know, say anything negative about anybody else's choices, because I mean, like, look at this one, for example. If we look at, this is Moongazer's tail, the one that I was hoping to finish tonight, and check that out. So there's a nice busy fluke with lots going on, you know, lots of pattern. I still try and keep it more simplified because, again, that's my kind of style, but there's a lot more information. I've lost my phone. There we go. Okay, so now we've hit 9 o'clock. How many more are here? Oh, there's so many more. Okay, I am so sorry that I am not getting through all of these. I will do my best here. I love your channel. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Makes sense. I saw the fluke on Faith's tail and I thought it was very awesome, but different from the stuff I've seen. Yes. Adds the detail herself. I do. I like the more modest tops. Absolutely. Me too. Are classier. Yes, they are. Thank you, Mermaid Kim, for putting that in there. Thank you for answering about the Flex Seal, by the way. Oh, hi! So Heidi, nice to see you. I'll make sure to hit you up on there. Absolutely. Okay, E6000 glue. Use with caution. Absolutely. That's why I'm not working on my other tail tonight, because I have to wear a respirator and gloves, and I just don't feel like doing that right now. Most social thing I've done all day. Oh, geez, Helen, for sure. Well, be sure to join us again next time. Okay, going swimming on Saturday with the local Merpod. That is excellent. And I think I'm so grateful you guys like my videos. Thank you, Savannah. That's very sweet. Maurice, do there have to be before we can call it a pod? Honestly, like, you can even have just an online pod. It doesn't have to be a whole group of mermaids. You know, that's like the Vancouver Mermaid Pod and the BC Mermaid Pod. We've only started to get larger recently, and that's largely due to Faith and her unbelievable ability to bring people together. I don't know how she does it. She's kind of a miracle worker. It's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to make this the last one. I'm going to look through these. So anything that you post now is I'm going to have to, because it's 9:08, I do have to work tomorrow, so I got to make sure I get my my shut-eye and my beauty sleep. But I'm going to answer this one last one. Helen would like to know, what would you say is the most important factor in making your own mermaid tail? The most important factor, what you need to take into consideration above and beyond everything, is going to be what you want out of your mermaid experience, okay? That is going to determine what kind of monofin you're going to get. Who's going to make your tail? What kind of a tail are you going to get? Fabric or silicone or other, you know, maybe sequin or whatever. It's going to be what you want to get out of it. So for me, the way that I broke it down was I'm like, okay, I want to do YouTube videos. I want to do meetups, but I want to have fun. I want to feel like a mermaid. I want to really, I don't want to be thinking I'm in pain, or what do I look like, or, you know, is this too much? Is this too intense? Like, comfort was a huge deal for me. And so that's why my choices have been fabric mermaid tail, with not a lot of excess on it for when I'm swimming, you know, not a lot of sequins that I'm worrying about when I'm thinking, and that I use the Luna. That's why I use this monofin, is because this gives me a very authentic mermaid experience, but still allows me to look beautiful. So that's why I really like this fin. Now, if you are interested in grabbing one of these bad boys for yourself at finiceswim.com, I have links and everything in the description box back down below. But I actually have a discount code that'll get you 20% off if you use the code Mermaid Courtney. That's all one word and all lowercase. Again, the information is down below. That'll get you 20% off your order at checkout, which does help cover for a bit of the shipping, especially if you're in Canada. It's really helpful. So be sure to check that out. If you're interested in my tails or my leggings, I know some of you guys were pointing out you liked my leggings. I do sell all of those, and I do have a Valentine's Day sale actually coming up. Oh gosh, what? I haven't announced it yet. What was the code for it? Is it My Valentine or is it Valentine? Oh no. Keep an eye on my Twitter. I'm going to announce in a couple of days that there's going to be a sale at shopvancouvermermaid.com. It's going to be, I think, 10%, or is it 15%? I think it's 10%. And gosh, I wish I had that ready to go, right? But I've got my head a little bit up my butt at the moment. I'm just trying to get this done here. But so be sure to check that out. I have, yeah, lots of leggings. The slots for the tails are up there if you want to read about them. They aren't available yet. They'll be available soon. I also have another video going up on Thursday, so keep an eye out for that on my channel. My videos go up at noon Pacific Standard Time. And otherwise, I will be live streaming at some point again this week, most likely. But it will be over on my Twitch. So it's twitch.tv/Courtney Mermaid. That's where I'm at. You're going to want to check it out because I'm going to be doing some art, and it's going to be sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to give you all just a big, like, mermaid hug, because, you know, without all of you guys, my Patreon pod, my podience, you guys are all just, I don't, like, watch my Valentine's Day video. It's going to come out on the 13th, and you'll understand. I get really emotional in it. But you guys are keeping me going, and I really appreciate it so much, especially with all the ups and downs that I've been having right now. So thank you so much, you guys. I love you all. I'm going to have to figure out how to turn off this stream because I'm so used to just pressing a button on my phone. So I'm going to have to come over here and be like super awkward for a second. Oh my goodness, there's got to be a way to do this remotely. Hi. But I love you all so much, my little fishes. You guys are the best. So I'll see you guys in my next stream. Okay. I love you all. Bye.